Today we'll be taking a look at a new scope from Oneleaf.ai. This is their Commander NV400 4-52 by 50. I'm Dustin and you're watching Airguns Are Amazing. Okay, that is quite a box of goodies all in here. Let's see what we've got. Down here, that must be the charger for the batteries. I'll put that aside for now. We've got different size eyepieces, just like I did on the NV100. And those are nice because when you're looking in there at the digital display, it's nice to keep the sunlight and stuff out of your face, or out of your eyes anyway, so you can put those on. And here is the scope. Get it out of the foam there. Wow, that is, it's going to be a little bulky and add some weight to the gun. Came with rings already, upside down though they are. It's going on the Umarex Gauntlet 2, and that should be a good height for it. Well, anyway, right here on the side, another thing I'm really excited about, a rangefinder just attached right onto the scope so I can see ranges through the scope. Over here are all the controls. Looks like this is the menu, and I believe that'll, yeah, that's a click button, so you can scroll through menus and then select things. And I believe, if I remember right, that also adjusts the magnification of the scope. And then down here, of course, you have your cameras, start and stops, day and night modes and things. Looks like also video playback. Up here, normally these would be elevation and windage turrets, but they're not. This is actually a battery compartment. Let's go ahead and just pull that off. Yeah, the battery's already in there, just needs that paper removed. And then the other one, get that back on. This one over here is where you can put an SD card. I don't know if one is in there already. Let's take a look. Yeah, it actually came with one. There is a micro SD card in there. And then up here are connections for charging, and I'm not sure yet what the other one is. But yeah, all your electronics. So kind of still has the appearance of a regular traditional scope with turrets, but those are not turrets at all because the reticle and everything, that is all digital. Has a flip-up mount on the front, and a little different from most mounts. You can see that has this hole in it, and that's kind of a sunshade. In fact, I believe there's another sunshade in the box. Yeah, this is it right here that screws into that because you don't want too much light coming in if you're shooting in the daytime. So that's what that is, sunshade. Got another cover here. We'll have to learn where some of this stuff goes. It's like a cap for the back, yeah, for the back lens. Oh, we got our connection cables here. Oh, tool. It's got its own tool for disassembling things. Another cable. And lastly is an infrared illuminator, which can attach to the scope in a couple of ways. If you don't have the rangefinder on, it can attach there. Otherwise, again, these are upside down right now, but there are these rails on top of the rings, so this can actually attach to the top of the scope and sit off to the side like that. So when you're shooting at night, that'll cast the infrared, and then you can be able to pick up targets through the scope itself. Well, now that it's unboxed, let's go ahead and put it on that Umarex Gauntlet 2 and maybe take a look through it.
All right, well, it is good and dark out here in the desert. Where I'm pointing the camera, there are some pumpkins and there are Coke Zero cans on top of two of them. Those will be the targets. If I pan around, you can sort of make out the mountain tops over here. On the other side of those is where there's a city, so you can see some light on the clouds. But it is good and dark for a good test of a night scope. So let's have a look through it and see how we do.
All right. Now, what you're hearing is my audio recorded through the scope's microphone, so hopefully it's not getting a lot of wind sound. It is a little bit of breeze out here. And out in front of me It is pitch black. I can see nothing, but as I look into the scope, I have to say I'm extremely impressed, and the clarity is a lot better than that NV400 that Oneleaf had sent me before. But yeah, you can see right there the 1, 2, 3, 4 pumpkins, and unfortunately the breeze has blown my soda cans off. There's still one right there that's still visible. The other one I think must have fallen behind. Those pumpkins are sitting on a bit of a mound. Well, anyway, let me click on the rangefinder. I paced off 35 steps, and as I click this, I don't know if that's showing up on the screen for you, but that is giving me a reading of 34.3 yards, 34.9 on that one. So anyway, just a little over 34 yards. If you see the flickering on the screen, that's just the rangefinder showing up with the infrared and the night vision. So now I've turned that off. Let me go ahead and flip the safety off on this Umrex Gauntlet 2. Now I got it somewhat zeroed. I'm going to zero it better in the daylight, but I think if I hold right about here, we ought to be able to hit that can. Yeah, I heard it hit. Let's try another one. That's kind of cool. I hope showing up in the video, but in that infrared I can see the pellet flying. Yeah, I'm holding a little low and left. I'm sure you can see. So that trued up a little bit, but I'll do that in the day out at actual range. Tell you like this. This is cool. I think I should over it. Let me just zoom again. You can really get in there. It starts to get grainy though. Let's just keep making that can dance. Oh, I missed. Hurried it a little. Alright, well, all the pellets, but I mean, you can see very clearly this thing is. And the focus up on the front, let's see if I can true up. Oh, it starts to go pretty grainy if I get out of focus. There we go, that's pretty good again. This is incredible. This is going to be so much fun. Thank you very much, Oneleaf, for sending it out to me.
Just a few more comments in closing. First, I mentioned while I was unboxing it that I wasn't sure what the other cover was that looks like that. Well, what it is you can take this one off and add a larger one that accommodates a larger battery, which did not come with the scope, but you can get it aftermarket, and then you can get a little more battery life out of it. But as I've been shooting with this, I've had it out to the range a couple of times, including out in the desert for this video, and the battery life, I don't even know how long it is because I haven't run it out yet, and I only charged it up just the one initial time. Also, as you look through the scope from the eyepiece back here, there were some things that I didn't realize while I was recording the shooting footage because I wasn't looking at the playback yet, but some things don't appear. For one thing, I was shooting in first focal plane, and when I zoomed in, you didn't see the reticle get larger, but it does. It just doesn't get larger in the playback video, but you can enlarge it so you get the first focal plane effect. Or you can set it to second focal plane. It shoots both ways. You just change the mode in the settings. Also, as you're looking through the eyepiece, you were able to see in the video playback the flicker of the rangefinder, but I was actually able to see the yardage displayed in the viewfinder. I don't even have to take my eyes off. You don't have to look at the attached rangefinder. You just see it right through your eyepiece. Another feature that you see through the eyepiece that I absolutely love about this scope is that in the right side of your field of view, and again, you didn't see this in the playback, but it shows the cant of the scope. So if you're tilting the rifle and the scope left or right, it will tell you in positive or negative degrees how much cant there is. Not only is that handy out in the field and at the range, but it was incredibly handy just mounting the scope. A lot of people know one of the most frustrating parts of scope mounting is just getting the thing level, but with this, as long as you know your rifle's level, you look through the scope as you're going to tighten the rings and you can see digitally displayed if you're level or not. This thing is awesome, and you'll definitely be seeing more of it on the channel on that Umarex Gauntlet too. Well, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video today, maybe even found the information helpful. Please don't forget to click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos. And if you look in the description, you'll see where to find me on social media. Thank you so much for watching.